Kothari here from India Forums. Firstly, it looks fantastic. Congratulations. And my question is for Ashutosh, sir. Sir, firstly, welcome back. It's been a while. It's quite a hiatus for you.
Yes.
But my question to you is, it's about isolation, survival. As it shows, what is the kind of complexities, the emotional complexities and the trials and tribulations that your character brings to the overall narrative here?
Well, my character is Admiral Zibran Qadri, who's the Lieutenant Governor of Andamans. And evacuation is something which is prime, safety of the people is prime. But it's a case of, when you have two paths, there's a good path and a wrong path. And you are sure that you don't want to take the good path. And you have to decide to take the wrong path because that's the only way to do it. Now, how difficult is that road is something that is, we have it, we face it in our lives also. That's the main conflict of my character in the show, wherein we have to escape. What path has to be taken?
Thank you. As we decided and we had a deal that I'm going to ask a question in between as well, right? Come on, we need to follow that deal, right? So I have the question for the OGs. Which all three of you, as Tanya has coined it. Mona did mention sweat patches, high garmi, itna kuch. So please share some anecdotes on Andamans, what happened, some instances to share.
They were just skimping on makeup.
I think one of the first 3-4 days, I think we were shooting with Vikas and Sukant, who's unfortunately not been able to come today. But it was a scene in the forest and they are having an intense dialogue. And me and Sameer both are on the monitor and suddenly we see the crew is shifting behind us. Like they're going into one direction and we are wondering why noise mat karo, noise scene chal raha hai. And then one of the ADs comes and tells us in the ear, sir, us taraf saap hai na, isliye is idhar aa rahe. So the shot did not cut. These guys did not stop. But the entire crew was running around because idhar se saap aa gaya, achha udhar aa raha hai, udhar aa raha hai. So that was the kind of place where we were shooting in, because apart from the beaches, it is also dense forest that we had to shoot in, which is very challenging. And like Mona said, she also shot in a forest in the night, in the rain, shivering. And then action bolo and suddenly sab kuch sahi hai. Cut bolo. So those are the kind of conditions I think these guys had to put up with, and kudos to them. So really.
And then cyclone hit us like in the middle of the shoot.
Oh.
No, we were hit by a cyclone. We actually got stuck there. No, we were supposed to come back. We were supposed to shoot something. Nothing of that could happen just because of cyclone. So it's a long list of challenges.
I called Sameer and I said, listen, you guys don't have to take survival that seriously. You're just like, let's keep it for the screen, keep the crew safe, come back home.
On that bit of challenging and scary note, I rest my case and I hand it over to our friends from the media. Please.
Hi, I'm Vijayalakshmi from Free Press Journal. My question is to Mona.
Right there at the back. Yeah.
Okay, I'll stand up for you.
No, please don't, ma'am. I see you now. Yeah.
No, I'm fine. Mona, it's been 20 years now since Jaisi Koi Nahi, and you're one of the few actors we have seen dabble very successfully and seamlessly between TV, film, and now OTT. And you've had a fabulous year already, with Kaala Paani included. My question to you is, as an actor, how do you look at the opportunities that OTT provides for an actor?
Yes, it has been 20 years and I'm seeing this, transition, and I'm absolutely loving this new whole era of OTT. The narratives have changed, the content has changed, storytelling has changed. There's so much more for women to do. We are not just cast for one positive and one vamp. It's much more than that. We are not just filling gaps. We are grey, we are flawed. There's so much going on. So I am very happy and very, very grateful that even today, I'm part of brilliant shows, brilliant narratives. So it's a beautiful phase that I'm experiencing personally, as an actor.
Congratulations. And can I please be allowed to ask another question to the makers?
Absolutely. It's all yours. They're all yours. Go for it.
Thank you. What's very fascinating actually is the symbol, which I can sense that it has been inspired from the South Indian columns that are put at South Indian residences. उनके आंगन में लगाया जाता है वो column design. So is there a correlation? Speaking of the symbol.
No, it's actually so the original symbol is a it's called a triskelion, and it has a deep meaning in the show which I don't want to reveal right now. But yeah, it's definitely connected very heavily to the story. So there's no direct connect. There's no intended connection. If people make that connection, that's fine.
Thank you so much. मुझे principal वाली feeling दे दी. Am I allowed? You are allowed, of course. Please go ahead with the next question.
My question is also to Mona.
Raise your hand. We can't see you. Thank you.
I'm right at the back, so
Yep.
you will not be able to see. My question is to Mona again. Again, taking that question that you've been relevant for 20 years in different avenues and places. It is not so easy. This is a survival drama, so series. I want to know that what has been your basic mode of survival, because many a times you see artists lose steam, or maybe the industry not letting artists get their due when they shift from one to the other, and you've been part of so many paradigm shifts already in the industry.
I think, it's all about taking the risk. If you're not taking the risk and you're staying in your comfortable zone, then you are really getting lost and people will forget you. You have to keep changing with time. You have to stay relevant. You have to, keep reinventing yourself as an actor, as a human being. We all keep changing, evolving over the years. So I think the fact that I'm still around is because I have always, been choosy, and I've always, said yes to roles which are challenging and way different from one another. I've never repeated myself. And I'm glad that, people are still giving me great opportunities, and I'm here. I'm here today.
And because Mona जैसी कोई नहीं.
You bowl us over with every act of yours. So thank you so much. And Mona ne abhi kuch sikhaya. You got to take risks. So I'm taking that risk, and I'm going to ask my next question is to Amay. Amay, I'm hoping, and because the intent is to get as much information and insights, and to know, because we're content hungry, right? We want to consume everything at one go, so we can't wait for the 18th. So I hope I can get something from Inspector Ketan here. कि आपने ट्रेलर में कहा है कि किसी भी हाल में काला पानी से निकलना है. Why is that so?
So ये काला पानी सीरीज से नहीं निकलना है, काला पानी रीजन से निकलना है. काला पानी सीरीज के सेकंड सीजन में भी जाना है इवेंचुअली. बट आई थिंक किसी भी इंसान के लिए एम्बिशियस होना बहुत अच्छी बात है. बट एम्बिशियस के साथ अगर इंसान हार्ड वर्किंग हो तो और अच्छी बात है. लेकिन एम्बिशियस और जुगाड़ू ये बहुत डेंजरस कॉम्बिनेशन होता है मुझे लगता है. और केतन का यही प्रॉब्लम है. अच्छी बात यह है कि वो एम्बिशियस है, बट प्रॉब्लम यह है कि वो जुगाड़ू है. एंड ही इज़ अ कॉप जिसने अपनी करियर में ऐसा कुछ किया है जिसकी वजह से उसकी पनिशमेंट पोस्टिंग हुई है अंडमान में. तो वो पनिशमेंट पोस्टिंग किस वजह से हुई है और इवेंचुअली वो क्यों वहाँ से बाहर निकलना चाहता है, ये तो थोड़ा सा स्पॉइलर है. तो मैं एम्बिशियस और हार्ड वर्किंग हूँ, तो मैं स्पॉइलर नहीं देना चाहता.
मेरा फोकस स्पॉइलर पे था. No, but wishing you the best, man. Thank you so much. Thank you. Tanya, my next question is for you. We'd like to understand the evolution of the stories and the storytelling that, you have seen. और आप कैसे evaluate करती हैं कि इन diverse stories को और newer creative voices दें?
How has storytelling evolved? I think a good story, I think the markers of a good story always remain the same. It is about the most memorable characters. It is about a unique conflict, a distinct world. And like I always say, I think a good show, a good series is something that actually stays with you long after you finished watching it. If you think back to the last show that you watched and that you really enjoyed, you will sort of be mulling subconsciously over some of the, elements that are unresolved, and that's exactly the opportunity available for series, that's what keeps you going, and then you want the second season. The minute we announce a second season for any of our titles or a third season for any of our titles, the fans are so excited because they really want to find, that unresolved answer. And in Kaala Paani, there are many. So we're excited about that. I think we evaluate stories, I think, with a very single-minded focus on a couple of aspects. One is we're completely audience first. We are in a extremely heavy growth phase, and we're clear about the audience that we're talking to. So what is that idea that will resonate with our audience? We take a show like Elite, which is a Spanish show, and adapt it to an Indian context in class. Or we take a story like Scoop, and we, really take a true story and present it in a dramatic way. These are stories that our audiences connect with. So extremely audience first. I think a very novel creative take, that something that sort of bubbles up and stands above the various offerings that exist, and we all know how much is happening in the content landscape. There are amazing films, amazing series all across. So I think how does a series sort of stand on its legs? And I think most of all, it's really about the heart, right? It is really about that one thing that connects with you so deeply with as an idea that you just can't say no.
Absolutely. And on behalf of the audience, I will say thank you to Netflix for giving us content that has higher recall value and want more and more of it. So thank you.
Oh, that's amazing. So humbling. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And with that, I hand it over back to our friends from the media. If any questions, go for it. Raise your hands. Our volunteers will help you.
Hello.
Yes, there we go.
Hello, hi. This is Amar from Movified. Congratulations to the whole team of Kaala Paani. The trailer looks brilliant and seriously something unprecedented. My question is for Vikas. Hi, Vikas. The Andaman and Nicobar Islands provide a stunning background for Kaala Paani. How did the location affect your performance? Because it must be challenging, but it's also pretty beautiful.
Yeah, the location obviously helps if you're in the real location. And क्योंकि हम लोग, we go through this whole situation which we have to survive through, being there really helped. And yes, it is very beautiful, very, very beautiful. They'd told us that when you go there, you'll see sights that you've never seen before. And that way, it was like a paid holiday when we were not working. But yeah, working conditions, थोड़े मुश्किल थे, but why, like, it helps because you're there and it's a jungle sequence. You have a snake in the shot, like he said. There were chameleons everywhere. There were सब कुछ था. In fact, I began appreciating life in every form a little more because there were things in our bedrooms, yeah, in the hotel. So actually,